story of Robin Hood and the monk. This is apparently one of the quite early Robin Hood stories. Robin's devotion is always to Mary the mother. And he does appear to be actually a very spiritual character, as well as an outlaw and I suppose a warrior. So one morning, Robin realizes that he really needs to go to Mass. He really needs to go to church to make his devotion to Mother Mary. And he decides that he will travel into the city of Nottingham. And of course, this is foolhardy. Of course, it means taking a great risk. Much, the miller's son, oddly enough, advises Robin that if he is going to go to church, he needs to take 12 men with him. But Robin realizes that a band of 13 men will be very conspicuous. He agrees to let Little John accompany him, knowing that the two of them will be safer than a whole band. As Robin and Little John make their way through the forest, John, of course, ever the man of caution, tries to convince Robin not to go to Nottingham, not to go to church. If you wish to pray to Mary, you can pray here in the greenwood. But Robin wishes to go to the church of St. Mary. So Little John, exasperated, simply turns on his heel and walks back into the forest, where he knows that at least he will be safe. So it is Robin alone who finds himself praying to Our Lady in the Church of St. Mary's in Nottingham City. And by sheer ill fortune, there in the church is a monk who recognises Robin, because some time ago Robin stole from that very monk. So it doesn't take long before Robin finds himself imprisoned, not by the Sheriff of Nottingham, but by the king. The king is not named, we don't know which king this is. The monk and his young page set off, carrying letters from the king to the Sheriff of Nottingham. Somehow, word reaches the outlaws in the greenwood that Robin has been captured. So Little John and Much, the miller's son, set out to try and rescue Robin. And on their way, they encounter the monk and his page. Now what happens next is not nice. But they had no choice if they were to rescue Robin. Little John quickly kills the monk, and Much, the miller's son, quickly kills the young page. They take off their clothes and disguise themselves as the monk and the page, and they find letters that the monk and his page are carrying from the king to the Sheriff of Nottingham. And of course, Little John and Much, disguised, managed to rescue Robin from the dungeon where the king is holding him. And of course, the king forgives the outlaws, for he recognizes Robin as being a good man. And of course, the three outlaws manage to return to the safety of the greenwood of Sherwood. What this tale doesn't tell is whether Robin ever risks going to the Church of St. Mary's again. It's kind of not a nice story, really, but there's a common thread which runs through a lot of the old stories of Robin standing very much against the power of the monasteries, and against the wealth of the monasteries. And of course, he always returns to the safety of Sherwood. Whatever the greenwood means to you, whatever that safe, secure place is in your life, I hope you find your own. The old Robin Hood stories are very different from the more modern stories. They have a much sharper edge. But I loved them, and I hope you do too. So please do subscribe to my channel and do listen to some other of the old stories. And I hope to see you again soon.